Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to school. Hi, Mr. Presley here with you on this wonderful Wednesday for Learning. Today is Wednesday, February 16th, 2022. We're glad you're back with us. Hopefully the sun can shine through a little bit today. Should be a pretty nice day out there. I hope we have a great day for learning in store. I hope you're ready to work hard and do your best. Hey, on our lunch menu today, just to let you know it is Wednesday, that means pepperoni pizza, roasted broccoli, or you can have an egg salad sandwich. That's what on our lunch menu today. Hey, speaking of lunch, I know we've been trying to do a better job of keeping our voices down in the lunchroom. Remember, we have voice levels at our school. We have everything from a 0, which is no talking, a 1, which is a whisper voice, so you'd be whispering, a 2, which is a voice that you'd be talking with someone right by you, a 3, where you'd be talking a little louder. Yeah, hey, what are you doing over there? And then a 4, which would be yelling, right? So we have different voice levels in our school. In our lunchroom, we want to try and be no higher. Here's the bell. It's almost time for school. We want to be no higher than a 2. And so lately we've had to be at a 0 or a 1 level in the lunchroom just to be a little quieter. There's some students who are saying it's too loud in here. And I agree, it's a little too loud in the lunchroom. There are kids, lots of kids who are doing more like a 3 or 4 voice level, which are all outside voices. So remember, in the lunchroom, we want to try and be at a level 2, which is like normal, talking back and forth with somebody, or lower than that. Otherwise, we got to bring the voice level down so that people can talk to each other. Because what happens is, as it gets higher in sound in the lunchroom, then just for me to talk to someone right across the table means I have to yell to even be able to talk to them. So today we're going to work on that. Remember, a voice level of 0 to 2 in the lunchroom, 2 being the highest. So let's see if we can do that today. Again, that's part of soaring as part of our Falcon Pride. Remember, we've been talking this week a little bit about SOAR. So we talked about safety on Monday. We talked about ownership on Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. We want to talk about the A in the word SOAR. A is for acceptance. So that's accepting others and including others. So if we think about that in the lunchroom, that's where we're being kind and we're keeping our voice at a 2 level or lower so that we're thinking and respecting other people who don't like it loud in the lunchroom. So let's work on that today. I also want to remind you that we do have our stars that we've had up since our kindness week in January. If you see something that says 2 and it has your name there, we want you to go ahead and you can take your star with you. I brought mine in from yesterday and so that I could take those home with me. So all remaining stars will be taken down Thursday after school. So if you've got a star up there, it says 2 and it has your name, I want you to take that star with you. Thanks for all of you who participated in that. That was pretty fun. Hey, as part of Black History Month, we have 2 people I'd like to share with you today. The first one is our current Vice President, Kamala Harris. So this is Kamala Harris. She is the first, she's the first woman Vice President. She was born in 1964, and she's an American politician and attorney. She's the 49th and current Vice President of the United States. She's the first female vice president and the highest ranking female official in U.S. history, as well as the first African American and the first Asian American vice president. So her parents, one of her parents is African American, one is Asian American. So she's the first African American and Asian American to be vice president. She served also as the Attorney General in California and as a United States Senator representing California. And again, so she became the vice president last January on the 21st. So that's one person we're putting up for Black History Month. This is the other person. And this person, I don't know if you probably think, I've heard that name before, but I don't know if you know who this is. This is George Washington Bush. So his name's George Bush, but he's not George Washington, one of our presidents, and he's not George Bush, one of our presidents. His name was George Washington Bush, and in 1844, he came to what's called the Hudson Bay Company, the fur trapping company. He was a fur trapper and a veteran of the United States Army, and he led 5 families across the Oregon Trail from Missouri out to Oregon. So it took him 4 months to get out here into the Oregon Territory. But when he got there, the laws there said that Bush could not settle in Oregon because of his race. His father was black. So his entire group decided not to settle in Oregon because he couldn't settle there. And they traveled north, and this George Bush, this gentleman here, and his family and all the 5 other families, they came north and they came to an area called Tumwater in Puget Sound. And they were the first established American settlement in the Puget Sound area, kind of where we live in Seattle area. So the Bush family helped to establish American land claims in the Puget Sound area and what's called Washington Territory before we were even a state. His children continued his legacy of agriculture and public service, and in 1889, that's when Washington became a state, his eldest son, his name was William Bush, became the first African American to serve in the Washington legislature and introduced the legislation that established Washington State University. So it all started with his father, George Washington Bush, who was actually the first American to settle in our state, Washington State. So that's an interesting part of our state history, to have an African American be the first person to settle our state as an American in this territory. So it's really cool information. Hey, speaking of cool information, we got some birthdays. We got 3 birthdays to announce today. Happy birthday for, oh, hi Cornelius, you're here for birthdays. Oh my gosh, he loves birthdays. Okay, happy birthday today first to Josiah Bushnell. Also happy birthday to Milo Milo. And besides Milo Hubler, we also have happy birthday to Hayden Swanson. So happy birthday to Josiah, Milo, and Hayden. We hope you guys have an awesome birthday. Come on down and pick out of the birthday bucket this morning. Okay, calm down, Cornelius. He's very excited about birthdays today. All right, the 3 of you can come on down and pick out of the birthday bucket. We hope you have an awesome birthday today. All right, boys and girls, let's have an awesome day of learning together. Let's take care of ourselves and each other. And always remember, your Frylands family cares about you. Teachers, please lead your students in the Pledge of Allegiance. We'll see you soon.